Ginger Ninjas movie reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja and these are my movie reviews. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. If you could, please do consider giving my video a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel for future content, it would be much appreciated. If you're a returning viewer, you know exactly what we're in for today. We are looking at Basket Case 2 from 1990, directed by Frank Henenlotter, or possibly Jason Evers if you read the IMDb trivia, but I'm not quite sure, but we're going to go with Henenlotter. This does star Kevin Van Hentenryck, Heather Rattray, Annie Ross, Catherine Measle, Jason Evers, and many, many more. Now, we will be discussing plot specifics and spoilers, so if you have not seen this film, you have been warned. So this movie takes place shortly after the original ended, with Dwayne and Belial falling to their apparent deaths. Dwayne and his basket-bound mutant brother Belial are taken into a secret home for wayward freaks with journalists hot on their tail. Okay, so they become quite the media sensation since they fell and, apparently died at the end of the film. They're now a media sensation. There's tabloid journalists offering $1 million rewards for the capture of the freak brothers. So this movie takes it to a whole new level of weirdness and out there wackiness. They introduce a new group of well-designed, out there freaks with a completely batshit crazy design and brilliant special effects. The physical effects in this film are amazing. They take it up a step from the original. This one has obviously a much bigger budget. I feel that Frank Henenlotter has become a better director in time. It's 8 years, he's done other films there. Kevin Van Hentenryck is still not a great actor. He does play this role really well though. The rest of the cast are great though. So, one of the good things, or one of the great draw cards of this movie, is the design of the characters in this film. The look of them, the design. Like I mentioned, it's completely bonkers and batshit crazy. It's off the wall cartoonish, and it does take that film to a whole new level of weirdness. Especially when you combine this with the seemingly normalness of Granny Ruth and her granddaughter Susan, played by Annie Ross and Heather Rattray, you've got all these out there characters, and then you've got these two normal people, supposedly. And of course you've got Dwayne as well, so he's normal-ish, as normal as can be. It really does stand out quite well. It's a good contrast. Dwayne does grow as a character in this one. He's no longer feels compelled to go along with his brother's homicidal impulses for revenge, which was the driving point of the first film. Now, like I mentioned, Kevin Van Hentenryck, his acting is still a bit overdone. He does overdo it quite a bit. But it kind of fits in with what he's living, the way he's living now. He's in a home where his brother is, with more of his kind, the new oddities, and he has the ability to lead a normal life. So it does fit in quite well. But what really stands out about this film is the special effects. It does. Cannot get over the effects. The design of the characters is brilliant. They're unique, brilliantly made creature effects, and this is something you rarely, if at all, see nowadays. And it's a shame because the workmanship and effort that these require is just amazing. You see big budget films and I'll pick on Avatar here, because I haven't seen Avatar 2 yet, but it took 4 years to make or something, like a ridiculous amount of money invested in it, and it looks good. But damn if these things don't look just as good. I'm sorry, but physical over CGI any day of the week. And you take into consideration the time and effort of thinking these things up, designing them and making them. There was real passion behind it. And that's not to say that movies like Avatar don't have passion behind them. They obviously do. But I'll put this over a big budget blockbuster movie any day of the week. The one thing I did find about these basket case movies though is the pacing. It did seem to jump back and forth a bit. It wasn't consistent. So, look, while technically, from a directorial, budgetary, and effects wise, is a superior film, what it's missing is the consistency to drive it forward. It's also missing the griminess, the dirtiness of that first film, which made the first film such a classic. Now, this does have one scene which is, and I said before, this is out there, batshit crazy, bonkers, you name it. But this does have Bilal and Eve's sex scene in it, which leads to Basket Case 3, so that'll be next week. Anyway, all up, Basket Case 2, I did enjoy it. I don't think it doesn't have that same effect as the first one. I think it does have some better things going on with it. But if I had to weigh it up, I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10. So you have it, Basket Case 2 from 1990. Tune in next week while I look at Basket Case 3. And if you could, give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for future content. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.